Have you ever woke up thinking, I don't want to do this? We all have been through this, and those who are self-disciplined are able to ignore that feeling and do what they need to do. Self-discipline can be confusing, so I'll define it as doing something regardless of how you feel. Building self-discipline is important so you can do what is needed to achieve your goals. This video will go over a step-by-step guide to help you build some self-discipline so you can live the life you want. Step 1. Figure out where you struggle. Even if you consider yourself very self-disciplined, you still might have areas where you might not be as disciplined in. For example, I consider myself very disciplined when it comes to my sleep schedule, as I always get a certain amount of sleep and wake up at the time I want. While I'm not as disciplined as I want when it comes to uploading on YouTube, as there are stretches where I am inconsistent or fail to upload. Think about which areas you want to be more self-disciplined in, so you can come up with a plan on how to improve. The reason this works is because it gives you a better idea of what to focus on. If you just wanted to be more self-disciplined in a general sense, it can be confusing to figure out what you should do to be more disciplined. Let's say you find that you want to be more disciplined when it comes to going to the gym, since you skip days sometimes when you don't want to go. Write down the areas you want to be more disciplined in, and let's move on to the second step. Step 2. Figure out what helps you succeed. We all have times where we are more or less productive during the day. Maybe you work best in the morning. Maybe you are more committed to going to the gym during the night. Figure out when you are at your best in the area you want to be more disciplined in. If you aren't too sure, it can help to ask someone. If that doesn't apply, you can track yourself for say like a week and jot down some notes on how you would rate your performance. Aside from the time, you should also figure out if there are other elements that impact your performance. Maybe you're more productive and you don't procrastinate as much when you have background music. Once you know when you're at your best, you can move on to step 3. Step 3. Create the plan. Now that you know where you want to improve and when you're at your best, it's time to make a plan that allows you to be more disciplined. For example, if you want to stop procrastinating on your work, and you know that you work best in the morning while you're playing some background music, tell yourself that you'll put on some headphones or earbuds to play some music and start your work when you get to the office or wherever you work. Just do everything you can to put yourself in the best position to succeed. When you have a plan, you are more likely to stick to it and be consistent. When you have a general plan of how you want to get things done, make sure you slot it in your schedule so you know when you need to take action. Since it's on your schedule and you put yourself in the best position to succeed, you should be more consistent and disciplined. However, everything can fall apart if you mess up and start skipping days or not doing what you're supposed to. Keep watching to learn a secret tip to be more consistent and self-disciplined. Bonus step. If something is really important to you, convince yourself that doing it half-assed is better than not doing it at all. This is an amazing mind trick that can help you be more self-disciplined when you don't have the motivation to do something. We all have off days, but even if you really don't want to do something, it's better to half-ass it, to stick to the schedule or plan, and keep the habit. Everyone also knows that doing something even if it's half-assed is better than not doing anything at all. I use this trick all the time to keep me consistent. When I don't feel motivated to go to the gym, I convince myself to go there and to do at least part of the workout or lift less weights. When I don't feel like working on a YouTube video, I'll convince myself that I only need to do half of what I need to do that day, whether it's scripting or animating. Something interesting happens when you do this. Sometimes, once you start doing something, you might suddenly find the motivation to complete it and to do the whole task properly. Other times, you might seriously not be in the right mind space, so if you still feel terrible after around 10 minutes, it's okay to call it quits and take some time to rest. Most of the time though, you'll probably do the half-assed version of what you need to do and call it a day. It's fine if you half-ass it or even call it quits after 10 minutes, because doing so allows you to keep the habit and to stay consistent during rough times. Just doing something can even boost your mood, and it might help you snap out of the funk. The last thing you want to do is to skip days, because once you start skipping days, it becomes super easy to be inconsistent. People have mixed feelings about this tip, so let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope this video has helped you figure out how to be more self-disciplined. If you want to learn how to be more mentally tough, check out the video shown on the end screen.